Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I'm here in Ponytown to teach you a thing or two about reporting players and stuff like that. So let's say you're in Ponytown and there's some kind of issue or some kind of problem you have with a player. What can you do as a player to make sure that player is banned, kicked, or suspended from Ponytown? I want to say that you definitely do not need to abuse this at all or anything like that. You can hide and stuff like that as many times as you want. You can hide those players as many times you want or whatever like that. Hide as many players as you want. You can only hide up to like 1,000, I believe, but hide as many players as you want. That's not what I'm warning you about, but I'm warning you is to not try to just report everyone for no reason at all. Be sure that when you report someone that there actually is some kind of issue. But if it gets out of hand, then it's worth reporting. And I just want to make it clear that, like, hey, you need to, be careful about, reporting people, because if you try to abuse the reporting system, then you will get in trouble yourself because you're going to be reporting people that don't need to be reported. So with that little disclaimer out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with Spawn. That's right, I want to talk about Spawn here today because reporting players is something you want to do when there's issues with other players. Typically, you're going to find these types of players, these really horrible players, or these players that just want to cause issues or trolling or whatever like that here at Spawn. I know that's weird, but typically really toxic players just hang out at Spawn. It seems like what players do in these cases is they will just go directly, they'll just go on the game, they'll start at Spawn, they'll just say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do, and then just leave. So typically, if you want to avoid these kinds of situations, I would honestly just avoid Spawn altogether. There do seem to be, some good people here, some people that just want to advertise their species or whatever like that. The Spawn has been known to be a toxic place, so I would try to avoid it altogether, in my opinion. That's not saying that it's automatically toxic, but I do typically see more toxic people here at Spawn than anywhere else. Or at least when I hear, oh my gosh, things are going down in Ponytown, it's usually going down at Spawn for whatever reason. I don't know why. But anyway, back to my example. Let's say I want to report this player for whatever reason. I don't know. What do you do? How do you do it? Well, first off, you're going to click the player. You are then going to go up here in the top left where their card comes up. You will click this button here on the left, and you will go and you will hide the player for 24 hours or hide them for permanently, essentially. You can also ignore them, which I believe just disables the chat for that player. It doesn't disable it for them, but essentially you won't be able to see their messages and stuff like that, which is good for you and everything like that if you want to just ignore them. But if you want to straight up hide them so that they're never going to show up for you ever again or whatever else, maybe you don't want them seeing you and vice versa and stuff like that, you can hide them for 24 hours and they will be gone for 24 hours. You will not see them and they will not see you for 24 hours, and then that will expire and they will come back. Then you can also hide them permanently, which will hide them forever until you disable it in your settings. I recommend you hide them permanently by clicking this button here. It will ask you up here in the top right, are you sure you want to hide this player? And it will actually highlight the player's name, and you can actually click that so you can make sure it's the right person. And then you can hit yes. Hit yes to hide them permanently. It will hide them. They will disappear for you, but they will not disappear for everyone else. So they will actually be able to interact with other people and stuff like that. So next up, you will actually leave the game. Just go ahead and leave the game if you want to report this player, and we can go into About. So next you will go into About up here at the top, and over here on the left is what you want to look at. You have a contact thing. You can also see their help page if you have questions for technical issues or whatever else, but that's not the point. The point is we want to message these people. We want to message Minnow, Mads, Share My Shipment, Lance, or even email the Ponytown team directly. These are the moderators of Ponytown. Keep these people in mind if you want to report players. In my own opinion, I would not go to Minnow just because Minnow has been here the longest. He probably has the largest backlog of reports and stuff like that to go through. So in my opinion, I would go after Mads or Lance or something like that because they're a little bit newer. They probably aren't as known right now, so they probably don't have as many reports to go through and stuff like that. Though I imagine they still do have reports. So a key thing here is to pick one of them and report to them. Wait a week or two like that, something like that. If you don't hear anything like that, then maybe try to message another person on this list and wait another week or something like that, and just kind of go through that. That's why you need to hide these players permanently instead of 24 hours. because what these moderators can do is they can actually look at your hidden list and see who you're talking about. You can be like, oh, I hid them, this was their name when I hid them, and they can see that, and you will be able to report them and everything like that. If you're not sure what that person's name is that, you know, you reported or whatever like that, maybe you forgot their name or something else like that, you can actually find out who that was by going up here to your account settings. Just click your name right here at the top right, go to account settings, and if you scroll down a little bit, it will actually show you the name. It says, one day I will give up, and they were hidden 2 minutes ago. And I can unhide the player if I feel like they didn't do anything bad, which I will do at the end of this video, by the way. Just keep that name in mind. Now you know what that player's name is. So if there's any questions like, oh, who was it? Then you can say, oh, it was one day I will give up, and they will be able to see that you hid them recently and be able to find them a lot quicker and a lot easier, and be able to investigate. They can read the chat logs, the private chat logs, whatever. Don't worry about it. Like, you don't necessarily have to show screenshots, but if you do have screenshots, that's very helpful, obviously. So if you have screenshots or whatever else, then please, you know, share that as well. But of course, they can read all of your messages. They can read anyone's message history at any point. That's totally fine and totally easy for them to do. They can also read whispers and private chats as well. So if there's any kind of issue like that where they were doing it in whispers or whatever like that, they're not immune to this. You can still find them. They can still find those messages and find out if they were actually doing what you're claiming they're doing. Keep in mind, these are the people that you need to message if there's any kind of issue in Ponytown. If there's any kind of moderation that you need to get done, like if you need to report anyone, go to these people here. If you're curious of what they look like, you can actually scroll down a little bit more and you can see the team, and it will actually show you that, hey, Mads is a moderator, Lance is a moderator, Minnow is a moderator, Share My Shipment is a moderator. All those people are moderators, and you have your little moderators there, so you know what their main character looks like. So if you see them in Ponytown, feel free to message them there as well. But the main thing they want you to do is to message them directly on one of these different accounts. Now, these are all Discord accounts, but again, if you don't have Discord, you can always download Discord and use it. It's free, and I recommend it because it's really cool. But you can also just email them directly at ponytownhelp@gmail.com and get them to respond to that, because everyone has an email. So that's how you will report players and everything like that. It's pretty easy and everything like that, but I do feel like a lot of people don't really fully understand how to report players and stuff like that, and how to hide them and stuff like that. And I think it's very important that players know that. So I hope that you know now, and everything else. There's not anything else to really say about this. I'm going to unhide this player in my hidden list thing now, and I will end the video. So I do hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you share this video with people that are curious of how to report players and stuff like that. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like, subscribe, and share, and do all of those wonderful things, because when you do those wonderful things, you get access to wonderful content such as this. But that's not all you get. That's not all you get. You also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.